Barbarian, do we want to stay there? Well, let's at least take a crack at that beast man before we leave. So he's rocking 4 attack dice. Oh crap, just one. One measly skull. So the beast man gets 2 defense dice, and he does not defend at all. So he takes 1 hit. He's got 2 body points. So I'll put this next to him to keep track of that. And that's the end of the... Wait, do I want to move the barbarian? I think I've forgotten to give myself threat the last 2 Zargon turns. I'm going to give myself a couple threat here. Yeah, let's back him out. Let's just have him move here. Alright, now the barbarian's done. Elf, do we want to get in there? Oh, what was I thinking? I should have attacked the scout. The barbarian should have stayed where he's at. Okay, I haven't changed anything yet. We gotta get through. That scout is hiding in the back, and he's just gonna cause, like this one here. It's going to cause me trouble if I can't get to it. I have got to try and get to that scout and take him out. So, let's see. Let's see if the elf can kill the whatchamajigger, the beast man, and clear a path maybe for somebody to race around the side here and attack the scout from behind. Jeez Louise. And then there's the scout that's right there in the room. Yeah, these 2 scouts freaking me out a little bit. Alright, Elf. What do you got here? Measly 2 attack dice. And a complete miss. So that sucks. Alright, Dwarf. Let's kill the scout that's in the room with you. 2 attack dice. Dang it! Oh my gosh. That's a miss. Dwarf is done. Wizard, the scout gets what? The scout has 1 body point. Is it time for the wizard to get in there? Oh, I should have had the elf use. I should have had the elf use his ring of fire of wrath. Gosh, I don't think there's a reason to move the wizard yet. He's so fragile, my precious wizard. Gotta take care of him. Yeah, I need to set an alarm so I remember to take my lunch break. All right. Okay, so the wizard's done too. Now it's Zargon's turn. Stephen Cornegay says, I've played a lot of D&D board games, Gloomhaven and such. Okay, gotcha, yeah. I did a video series playing Gloomhaven and kind of reviewing it after the end of that series. It's about maybe 9 episodes or something like that, 7 to 9. And I can see why that game is so popular and why people like it. It doesn't work for me because I don't like the disconnect between what the theme is of what's happening in the game and the mechanics that represent that theme. It feels like a very abstract tactical game with some great visuals painted on top of it. And like one example, and there's a bunch of stuff like this in the game, but one example would be, say, when you have armor that you're wearing, like a leather tunic, let's say. You can use it. There's a card that allows you to use that to block damage or a shield or something, but then that card is like, you're not able to use that. You have to wait until it cycles back through your deck again before you can use that. And I'm like, well, what is that simulating? Did it get ripped and then he's madly sewing in the middle of combat? The next time he's able to use it, then it's ready? Why would it not continue to be a static point of defense to help him? And so I feel like the first order of business in the design of that game was the mechanics themselves, and then the theme kind of put on top of it. And I really like theme to come first, and then mechanics be used to simulate those themes. It does result in two different types of games. there tends to be more dice chucking and randomness and stuff in a thematic game, and then the abstract math first games tend to be really, as people would say, elegantly designed. There's just a wonderful symmetry, and just the way that the tactics work and how the game is balanced tends to be more balanced and stuff, and more of a satisfying puzzle, to sort out in that kind of game. So Gloomhaven, I think, is for that type of player. They're going to be, who likes fantasy, they're going to be all over that. But not really ultimately for me. Hey, Balmy Leader. Who asks, pepperoni or cheese pizza? Pepperoni. Pepperoni. That was an easy one. Okay. So, did I say it's Zargon's turn? I think I did. Beastman is attacking. Look out, Elf. I might regret putting him there. Let's see what happens. Well, nothing happens. He totally misses. And then, do I want to have him move? Yeah, sure. Let's have him move. Just one step back. Oh, nice. That actually works out pretty perfectly. I'll go 1, 2, and now the orc can benefit from... Oh, crap! No, I did that wrong. I've been forgetting to roll for command. I think I'm going to remove that restriction. What I had here was that it activates on a 5 or 6 when he chooses to do that instead of attacking. I'm making it automatic. That's how it is in Descent. I think he gives up too much if I require a roll of 5 to 6. Maybe I'll regret that if I get a room full of beastmen in the future. But that's what we're going to try for now. So Orc gets in there. Oh, let me get his stat card. Let's see here. Orc. All of his base stats, I believe, I kept the same as those that come with HeroQuest. Attack 3, Defend 2, Body 1, Mind 2, and Move 8. And he has the special ability Flesh Eater. Well, let's get a reminder on what that's all about. Flesh Eater. So this does have to activate on a 4 to 6. And it has to be next to an adjacent hero, I'm pretty sure. Targeted hero gains a bleed token. It's a concept from Descent. At the beginning of every turn, they roll 1 combat die per token. On a skull, they lose a body point. On a white shield, they remove 1 bleed token. On a black shield, nothing happens. Remove all bleed tokens from any hero who drinks a healing potion or is the target of a healing spell. And this status has no effect on rock skin. Yeah. I believe unless you take a body point of damage, if you actually lose a body point, but just having a bleed token on you does not affect rock skin. So I like this ability. I am definitely going to try and trigger it. I think I might like it too much. I might like it in a way that is disadvantageous to my orc. But it's just too much fun. If I can get a bleed token on a hero. Hey, which I did. Happy about that. Oh crap. Where are my bleed tokens? They in my Descent box? Okay, hang on. I gotta grab my bleed tokens. Alright. Here we go. So that's a bleed token on my elf. Ouchie. Ouchie, ouchie. And now the scout will try to trigger another monster spawn. Oh, let's roll that again. And it's a 4, which means that a monster does trigger. Is it an orc or another scout? It is another scout. Oh my gosh. Guys, we gotta do something about this. This is bad, bad news. Do we have another skulking, roguey-looking figure here? Yeah, sure. How about this guy? Look at that. Yeah, that's sufficiently roguey and scouty looking. And again, just out of line of sight of the hero, so I can put him right here. Oh, this is kind of getting out of hand. This is getting out of hand. I think I know what I need to do. I need to get the elf in there on his next turn, and he can do it better than anybody, but he's got that dumb bleed token now. Anyway, now this scout. See if I can activate his ability. No, thank goodness. Whew. Getting dicey here. And that is the end of Zargon's turn, so I will refresh my heroes. What is Balmy Leader 6980 asks, what is the opinion on very overpowered superheroes like Superman, Captain Marvel, or Ant-Man? I actually like extremely powerful heroes. I think that Superman. I don't think Superman is actually overpowered. I think that you just need. I mean, he was certainly in the 50s and maybe 60s, where he just had insane powers. They were adding all kinds of wacky stuff that he could do, and it was like only kryptonite could remotely affect him in any way, or magic. And other than that, nothing. Like a bomb that explodes the planet wouldn't faze him at all, because he's Superman, right? It was ridiculous. But when they rebooted the DC Universe in 85 or 86 with Crisis on Infinite Earths and reestablished Superman, he was, if you had something strong enough, able to be hurt, and he would react to damage more. That's why Doomsday was able to kill him. But I think that really overpowered heroes, if they're written the right way, have more interesting stories, because it becomes a question of not can I do something, but should I do something? And I think those can be just some really interesting stories. And like the Flash, I remember Mark Waid basically created the Speed Force, and the Flash was never the same after that. He was not just the dude who runs really fast, but he could control motion and speed, and it was just like there's a whole suite of applications to his abilities, and he was questioning his humanity, and you know, some really cool stuff going on. So yeah, it does make it a challenge to create like a physical challenge for them, but it can still be done. You just got to have the right kinds of villains, the right kind of obstacles. But I love some of those philosophical or moral conundrums that show up when a hero is really powerful. Okay, let's see here. I just refreshed all my heroes, right? Let's see. Barbarian. Let's get in there, guys. Let's get in there. We got to get in there. Barbarian's doing Reckless Charge. So, he's going to go 1, 2, 3. And this sucks a bit. Maybe I shouldn't do that. That is going to give both the orc and the beast man a free attack on him. But he's got to get it. No. You know what? Okay. Hold the phone. Let's go here and just kill this guy first. All right? Jeez Louise. All right. Kill the freaking scout. Now. Oh, that could do it. 2 skulls. 2 skulls on the scout. Scout has 3 defense dice. No defense! Scout is gone. And let's see if we got any loot off of him. Got a healing potion. Okay, that's going to be very helpful. Okay. Great. I guess I shouldn't be too concerned, because I got a decent number of healing potions between all my guys. So maybe I should just be more aggressive. Just be more aggressive, Pater. My strategy in games is always to be defensive, to be careful. Especially action games, because I'm terrible at action video games. So if I'm going to build up a stat first in an action RPG, it's going to be defense. It's going to be health. But I don't think I need to do that right now. So that was the Barbarian's turn. Elf. What's going on with this bleed token? That's a skull, so he loses a body point. Brings him down to 5. And now the elf is going to use his special ability to get in that room and start wrecking those scouts, dang it. His special ability is Acrobat. The elf may move through enemy figures, but must end his movement in an empty space. After ending his movement, the elf player individually rolls 1 combat die for each enemy space he moved through. On a skull, the enemy gains a free attack against the elf, who may roll defense dice. So unlike Reckless Charge, it's not a guaranteed opportunity for the enemy to attack, and the elf can also roll his full complement of defense dice if an attack is triggered. So here we go. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, and stop right there. Let's see what happens with this orc. He does not get to attack. So the elf's like... Nice. Good work, elf. Oh, but he has to roll... Oh, did I roll? I did roll that bleed token. Okay. Let's see if we can take out this scout. My gosh, come on, elf. Come on, elf. Do you got any kind of... I could use my Ring of Fire of Wrath. You know what? Let's do that. Let's do that. He's going to use the Ring of Fire of Wrath, put a check mark next to it. And the spell Fire of Wrath has the following description. This spell may be cast on any one monster, blasting it with flames. It will inflict 1 body point of damage unless the monster can immediately roll a 5 or 6 using 1 red die, or 1 6-sider. So, pretty decent chance that it's going to kill him. Oh, crap! Well, there goes that charge. Okay. Crap. That's the elf's turn. Dang it. Dwarf. Alright, Dwarf. Let's take out this orc, if we can. Ooh. Actually, maybe the dwarf should use Stubborn Resolve. This is his special ability. Once per quest, before rolling defense dice, you may place this card on your character sheet to gain +2 defense dice and -2 attack dice. Add 1 token to this card at the beginning of each of your turns. When there are 3 tokens on this card, remove it from the game. And monsters may not move through. That's my little penciled-in addition to the ability. When Stubborn Resolve is active, monsters may not move through the dwarf. So I could trigger this while I'm trying to get past the orc and the beast man if I feel like I have to. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to... yeah, that's what I'm going to do. He's going to go, because I want to get some heroes out here that can contribute to the killing. 1, 2, 3. Alright. So the orc gets an attack. He is under the advantage of command, which sucks. That means he gets 4 attack dice. That's 2. And, how many... You know what? The dwarf has 3 healing potions. I'm not going to trigger Stubborn Resolve yet. Because that will really severely prevent him from attacking for a while out there. So he's just going to roll standard defense on this. He's got 3 defense dice. And he totally defends. Awesome. Great. So now the beast man gets an attack. He only gets 2 attack dice. And he totally misses. Great. All right. That was the right move to make. Now that the dwarf is out here, I guess I could have done this before I moved out, but now that he's out here, he's going to attack this orc. With 2 attack dice. And he gets 1 skull on that one. The orc is going to roll... How many defense? 2 defense. And he does manage to get 1 black shield, so he defends it. Alright, still a good move for the dwarf, I think. It's the end of his turn. Alright, wizard. Is it time to show yourself? No. No, it's not. You need to stay in the safe zone on the stairs until the barbarian gets back in front of the door. So that's the end of the wizard's turn. Now we'll do Zargon's turn. Oh gosh, Balmy Leader asks, I know you played Subnautica, but 1 to 10, how would you rate it, and will you play again? I won't play it again, and I barely played it much. I just tried it out a little bit, made a video while I was trying it out. I can't remember what I didn't like about it, but it was not really for me. I think that, if I remember correctly, it's kind of like a crafting game, like a survival. Like here, you drop you in a bit of a sandbox world, and you have to find components to craft your first tools, and you use those tools and other components to craft better tools, and so on and so forth. So it's like Minecraft, it's like Dragon Quest Builders, you know, it's like a lot of those types of games, but with water. I do think I remember one thing I didn't like about it, and this isn't a knock on the game at all. This has to do with me. I get nervous in underwater levels, underwater games. And it's not for the usual reasons. A lot of people hate underwater levels in video games because the controls are not satisfying to use. That gameplay, it changes the core gameplay so much because you're moving in such a different way. And so if there's combat, especially once you... I mean, as far back as freaking Super Mario Bros. 1 on the NES. Did anybody love those water levels? I liked them once I could cheat and be invincible because I was like... Bleep, 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 or whatever the sound is, you know, floating around, swimming around. That was cool. But freaking, it was hard to avoid those squids, and even the fish. It was a pain. So, yeah, no, my reason is because I don't like sharks, or the unknown. I just have general fear of the unknown. And water levels are almost always more cloudy, and so you can't see enemies approaching as easily as when you're on surface level. And then, also, again, the controls, you don't have as much control. And so when shark comes up from behind you, then you're like and trying to figure out the controls. How do I get away? I just don't like it. I just don't like it. I've got my defense beefed up so much in Far Cry 6 that I don't have to worry about sharks, and so now I will go swimming in underwater places to get chests that are underwater. But I still don't look at those sharks. If I'm like, okay, I can tell that it's biting me. I can tell it's behind me. It's biting me, but I'm not going to look at it. I'm just going to get this treasure. I'm not going to look behind me. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. Get out. And it's all the worse if they can threaten my life in a video game. So, yeah, no, for a number of reasons, it's just not something I'm going to come back to. Okay, so... Did I say it was Zargon's turn now? I think I did. No, I couldn't have. No, yes I did. Yes I did. Wizard's safe. I was like, I couldn't have. The wizard's exposed. But no, he's not. And that's why I was comfortable ending his turn. Well... Let's... I don't think there's any advantage to getting in there and fighting the barbarian right now. I think this orc is actually just going to attack the dwarf right here. Still... Oh, yeah, this could work out really well, actually. So the orc is going to attack the dwarf, because then he'll get the bonus from command, and then he can move and give the beast man a chance to attack the dwarf as well. So we're going to pile on him if we can. So 4 dice to attack the dwarf. Unless, wait... Do I want to do Flesh Eater? No. Let's do that sometime when I don't have command at my disposal. Here we go. Just 1 skull. And the dwarf gets 3 defense dice. Ooh, but he does not defend, so he does take a hit. That brings him down to 3. And now he's going to move here. Why not? And now the Beast Man, who still has one hit on him, is going to move right there and attack the Dwarf. One skull. And the Dwarf fails to defend. So he takes another hit. He's down to 2 body points now. Now, what did I decide? See, there's a house rule that my friend and I used for, I don't know, the 15 years or whatever that we played this game. Gosh, if I've been married for 20 years now, he and I started playing it in high school. Oh, but we haven't played it as the dedicated game for the last 10 years. So, yeah, so probably about 13, the decade or whatever that we played this game. Shut up, Pater. Just focus. Say the thing you planned on saying. We ruled that you could drink a potion even at the moment of death. So, like, as you get stabbed in the gut, because I think it says you can drink it at any time. And so we're like, well, anytime? Anytime? Then that means I could drink it in the split second between seeing a roll that would kill me and receiving the damage from that roll. I don't think that's what the rules intended. But I'm wondering, since I added this, since I made this change so that now I roll 2 6-sided dice instead of 1, if along with that, I'd have to go back and watch the video because I didn't make a note of it that I can see here. If now, using this rule that gives me quite an advantage, rolling for those health potions, if I can't use them at the moment of death like that. I'm going to rule that I still can. Because otherwise there'll be an oversight that'll get me killed. It's just going to happen. So, that was the Beast Man attacking the Dwarf, that's right. So we're still in the middle of Zargon's turn. Oh, crap. There's 2 scouts. There's still 2 scouts on the board. This is bad news. Scout number 1. Let's roll and sound the alert. Ugh. Alright. Is it a scout? It is a scout. Oh, man. So bad. Okay, we'll use this guy. That's another roguey scout-looking thing. Come on now. There we go. Very sneaky. Sneaky scouty. And I guess we'll just put him here. Jeez Louise. So bad. So now I'll roll for this one. He rolls a 5. Of course, I'm rolling great on their ability triggering. And of course, it's another scout. This might be the worst pileup of scouts I've seen so far. Alright. This wouldn't be my favorite, but just to keep things rolling, I'll use this as my scout. This is definitely more of like a, I don't know, like a wilderness kind of lady with bear skin kind of thing going on here. Very nice details. But anyway, yeah, I guess I'll put her here. Oh my gosh. This is where HeroQuest, or at least my version of HeroQuest, needs like a big area of effect spell. I just need... There is a fireball spell, but it's not an area of effect spell. Crap. Okay. So... oh, this is bad. Now we're in the middle of their turns. I said there's no summoning sickness. So I could just keep rolling. I predict that I'm going to have to change this rule at some point, because this is really going to go bad. Let's try her scout ability. No. Let's try his scout ability. No. Okay. We got to kill these scouts. This is bad news. It also, even if in the end it isn't too difficult, it might just bog the game down too much. And that's... I don't want that. Alright. Let's refresh. Back to our heroes. Let's see here. The Backlog Vault asks, is there a tabletop game that you've been unable to modify for solo play that truly needs a group to be enjoyed? I think that Betrayal at House on the Hill, I don't think you can play that solo. Because the main conflict at the end of that game involves keeping information, secret from the opposing sides. You start out as a cooperative group, and then something triggers that makes one of you go bad. And they gain their own secret mission that they're trying to carry out. The remaining heroes get their mission they're trying to carry out, and each side doesn't know what the other side's mission is. So it kind of gives them that advantage of, you don't know, you can guess, but you don't really know what they're trying to achieve and what their win condition is. So Betrayal at House on the Hill, but I mean, that's not a game that I would really love to be able to play solo. Dungeon crawls are my favorite tabletop genre, no question. I've tried soloing Descent, and I'm still not giving up on the idea of playing Descent solo, or cooperatively, only cooperatively. But it is trickier because, as I mentioned earlier, there's various abilities that heroes might trigger on the enemy's turn, and the enemies might trigger on the hero's turn. And so to segment your mind in that type of game is more difficult. Doom, the board game from 2004, not the more recent one, I'll be playing later on this week. And that does have some cards that the enemy can play that trigger on the hero's turn. I just, in most cases, remove those from the game unless I can figure out a very simple and reasonable house rule for them. I just remove them from the game so that I can continue to segment my mind. I think those would maybe be the only ones. Ultimate Werewolf. Can't play that solo. But no, I'm pretty happy with the games, at least that I have and that I'm drawn to, and my ability to play them solo or cooperatively. I think maybe there's... Yeah, I can certainly find enough. Summer insanity.
Liberate butter.